What's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Ferrari at Tampa Bay, and boy oh boy, am I a happy camper, and I'm sure you are as well. We have the all-new, not even fully released yet, 2020 Ferrari F8 Tributo Spider. But before we get into this new mid-engine twin-turbo V8 powered drop-top Ferrari, let's talk a little bit about what this car represents. Ferrari, there really is no other name, and there's a lot of iconic names in the auto industry. There's no other name that brings so much weight, so much presence when you say those magical letters in that word, that name Ferrari. Obviously, the creation of Enzo Ferrari never fully intended to be a production car manufacturer. Ferrari was always about racing. Enzo always wanted to go racing, and the production cars were just kind of a means to an end. Fast forward to 2020, we have a car here that really is elevating the performance of that mid-engine V8 twin turbo turbocharged power. And when you look at other examples that come before this, this really is the ultimate. Now this car, obviously the Tributo, the F8 Tributo, is replacing the 488 Pista, and it's doing it in a great way because it's taking a lot of the magic that Ferrari learned from the Pista, but even building more, not only style, but of course, performance. At the end of the day, when it comes to exotic supercars, this Ferrari F8 Tributo Spider is definitely going to be at the top of the heap, not only in style, not only in performance, but also that legendary mystique. So let's go ahead. We're gonna dive into this F8 Tributo Spider and see, really is it the ultimate drop top convertible Ferrari? Right off the bat, the styling. It's almost like when they designed the F8 Tributo Coupe, they already had in mind that they were gonna take the top off, because boy oh boy, does it fit it to a T. Now when we look up front, you're gonna see that new styling that we featured here on Rady's Rides, and what I'll do is I'll do you a favor. At the end of this video will be the link to that bright red Tributo that I did, the F8 Tributo Coupe. But on the front end of the business on the Spider, you're still gonna get that same great headlight design. Love the way they blacked everything out on the interior. Of course, you're getting LED headlights, daytime running lamps, and turn signals. One thing that shows that engineering, that design philosophy, and also that race track experience is, look at how you actually have a functional vent that is built into the top of the headlight housing. That's gonna help channel air. And what's wonderful is when you think about the air going through, around, and over this vehicle, it's almost like fingers that are just wiping down the beautiful curves of this body. Now, coming down into the lower corner, we're gonna have fully functional vents. I love the metal wire mesh that they have. A nice flat black extension on the front fascia gives you that splitter action, and it's gonna give you that downforce. Now, as we come across the front end of the business, you have that iconic Ferrari badge. So much history going back to Enzo's early days when he used to race and had that whole racing program developed that still exists to this day, which is magical. In the lower front fascia, you can see everything is full functional. You have more wire mesh, you have the lower lip that is built into the fascia, so you don't need an extra lip spoiler or a splitter. This is gonna help give us downforce. It's gonna help get air into this S-shaped designed functional vent that's gonna channel air all throughout this vehicle. And we're also trying to stop air from going underneath, because remember, we don't want lift. But the great news is, just like on the Coupe, this Spider doesn't have a big wing at the back of it. Underneath, there's tunnels to help channel that air. Now, from one side to the other, very low, very wide, very aggressive. When we get up onto the hood, really love the style of the design. Now, I'm gonna have Victor kind of come around this way and showcase just the design elements of that deep dish U shape there that they have. Really showcases the philosophy and overall design. This is a beautiful Italian vehicle. I want to take my hands and just almost touch every part of it. It really is that great. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. Now, I'm really digging. First of all, for me, red is where it's at for Ferrari, but this yellow with these bright silver wheels. So you have this 20-inch wheel. Love the design. It's nice split spoke, kind of has a twist to it. If you notice, the calipers, those massive calipers, they're not black. They're actually a nice navy blue with the yellow script, the white Ferrari badge there. Those calipers are going to clamp down on the carbon ceramic rotors. You're going to be able to stop on a Euro and give everybody change. And really the size of that caliper is bigger than Thor's hammer. So you look at Thor's hammer, those calipers are larger than that, and that's going to give you that consistent braking power. Now, what's wonderful about the Spider, guess what? It's faster than the outgoing one over at the test track in Italy, Ferrari's very own test track. You have those Pilot Super Sport tires, which are good. They're not full track day tires. They're not the Cup 2s, but you're still going to get great stick and great durability, and just really love how the car sits. Now, underneath all four corners, you're going to get that magnetic ride suspension that's going to read the road. It's going to read the road and give you the perfect damping and everything that you need, not only for comfort, but also when you want to turn up the wick and go through the twisty bits. As we go down the side, of course, you're going to have that Ferrari shield there, the Scuderia Ferrari shield. Scuderia means stable. Obviously, we're talking about the prancing horse. It just really has so much history to it. Love the way on the lower sill, just like up front, we have a little bit of a sill extension down there. It's going to help channel air. And look at how it kind of flares in and then flares out very nicely with the bodywork. Even the way they do the door handles. They're not trying to keep everything flush. Ferrari does it their own way, and that's what I love about the brand. With this being a Spider, you can see that beautiful finished off look. We have carbon fiber, the navy blue leather with the yellow works perfectly. Massive, all redesigned, massive air intakes to get air into those intercoolers for that twin turbocharged V8. Remember, 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8. Let's look out back. Even out back, you're gonna have those massive navy blue calipers, the carbon ceramic rotors, and I'm telling you, really just aggressive setup on this car. Out back, 305 on the width. So of course you're gonna get a little bit wider tire at the rear since this is rear wheel drive. That's gonna help get power to the ground. Up front, they're a little bit more narrower. They're 275s, so you can get quicker steering. As we come around the back, what I like about the Spider is the beautiful clean look. Now you can't see the engine like you can on the coupe, and that is a little bit of a downside, but boy, oh boy, if you wanna have your top-down fun, look at the way just everything has a nice flow. It almost looks like a Stingray, like an actual Stingray, the animal, not the car, with all the venting, the flat black, that iconic Ferrari name there. And then when we come around the back, when we're talking about Tributo, there's design elements that pay homage to the mid-engine V8 Ferraris that come before this, the 308, the 328, the Ferrari F40. Love the round LED taillights, more of that wire mesh to help with the cooling, because remember, the engine is in the middle, it's at the back end of the business. More wire mesh, massive rear diffuser. This is gonna help channel that air and suck the car down to the ground, just like a Hoover vacuum. About 5,000 of them are underneath that car. That's the kind of downforce you're gonna be able to generate with this car. Love the exhaust, one on each side. Nice, just flush cut. Doesn't need to be slash cut or anything like that. That prancing horse, you can see all the aero worked into it. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the engine hatch and see that 3.9 liter V8. All right, guys, we got the engine hatch open, of course, because it is a Spider. It's a little bit smaller, but the great news is you can still see some of that wonderful work from Maranello. You're looking at that 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8, 710 horsepower, 567 pound-feet of torque. This is the most powerful mid-engine V8 Ferrari ever produced, especially in Spider form. You're looking at 49 more horsepower than the outgoing example. With that flat plane crankshaft, she redlines at 8,000 RPM, made it to the 7-speed dual clutch transmission that's going to shift like none other. You want some performance? Here's some performance. 0 to 60 in a retina detaching 2.8 seconds. The quarter mile is gonna go by in 10.2 seconds, and she has a top speed of 211 miles per hour. The great news is MPGs are not too shabby. 15 in the city, 19 on the highway. The car weighs 3,550 pounds, and the height of the Spider is 47.5 pounds. Now, like I was saying, with the reworked intercoolers, with the reworked tuning and everything, that's how they were able to get more power than the almighty Pista. But if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. get your towel ready for an eargasm. We're gonna fire up this F8 Tributo Spider. All right, guys, we're inside the F8 Tributo Spider. These are just special moments, and I'm so glad I could share them with you. Having you on this journey and being able to showcase these Ferraris, these awesome machines, is really an honor and a privilege. But I'm sure you're wondering, well, Joe, I'm liking this F8 Tributo Spider. I would love to have one in my garage. How much is it? You're looking at MSRP starting around $274,000. This one, well over $300,000 with the options, but let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, beautiful navy blue, just like we had navy blue calipers. The navy blue's been brought into the interior, the bright yellow stitching, love the carbon fiber right near the armrest. Small little pocket, you might be able to get a chocolate chip cookie, a Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie or two, but I'm telling you right now, if you bring any type of food in my Ferrari, I'm booting you out. This has the optional JBL sound system. When we go to the dash, I love all the fine carbon fiber touches, the leather, the stitch work, the F8 Spider badge here, more carbon fiber. Now you can get the optional passenger touchscreen, which is a nice little touch. I'll open up the glove box. Here's where you're gonna put all those race-winning Twinkies, those Italian marinara-filled Twinkies, nice felt line, so you're not gonna scratch your Twinkie, which is great. And then very minimalistic. I like the clean approach. You have some bright silver here, looks really clean. The AC vents are just as sexy as the exterior. They do such a great job, easy to position. The stitch work, you have your dual climate control, and look at how they brought it perfectly right into that carbon fiber. My only zonk is the flat black plastic here. I wish they would have done the gray, but still, that's just nitpicking, and it's very slim, out of the way. You drop down, you have a little espresso holder here. That's about as much as you're gonna be able to put. Some leather, the stitching, the Alcantara, and then look at how they do the bridge here. This is just a piece of art. I could hang this on the wall and have people drool on it. The carbon fiber, you have all your switch gear, window controls are in the center, and then as we work our way back, you got a nice little palm rest. If you want to put your palm here, you put your top down, the Ferrari badge, and then of course, the Ferrari key. Look at that, beautiful script, all that history, the bright red, spin around, you got your simple buttons, some of that nice silver finish. No actual armrest, but I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna wanna rest your arms in this thing. This thing is exhilarating. You got USB, and a 12 volt, and then the seats, right out of a race car. Love the prancing horse, that yellow embroidery, the striping coming all the way down. The bolstering is so aggressive, but damn, is it good. Look at the way they cut out the center section here. Great design. I think the one thing that it's missing for me is I would like yellow seatbelts, which, remember, you could option that in. I think the yellow seatbelts would have been the cherry on top. But sitting here, I'm 6 feet tall. We're gonna have this top go up, and I'm gonna show you how that's gonna look. So Victor's gonna close that door, and we're gonna show you. The top takes about 13 to 14 seconds. So here we go. Top is going up. So you just push down on the button. Victor's gonna show off all the work that's going in to all the systems there to make that beautiful top come up. Carbon fiber. Keep pushing, the windows are going up. I'll put the window back down just to make it more realistic, because you could hear me even with the windows up, but even with the top up, still has a great shape. Lots of headroom in here. I'm 6 feet tall. Do your track day. I could do that very, very easily, but why don't you come over to this Formula One style steering wheel, because I'm telling you, Sebastian Vettel would be jealous sitting behind the wheel of this Ferrari. Come on over. All right, guys, we're inside the Ferrari F8 Tributo. You got that beautiful aluminum plate here with that famous name. And then one thing you'll notice about the footbox, look at how it's over to the right. It's a little bit of a different driving experience. You got your dead pedal, you have your aluminum brake pedal and throttle, and if you notice on the side, they put this metal plate here so that you're not gonna rip up the carpet. This F8 Tributo, the good news is we have the optional steering wheel. So this is one of those great options. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny. You're looking at carbon fiber. It's got the actual Formula One style shift lights there, which is really, really nice to have. No stock sticking out. Everything is super clean. You have turn signals, windshield wipers, your engine start-stop button. You could adjust your suspension. We have the Maranello switch, which remember means little switch. We could go into our different modes. Flat bottom, large carbon fiber paddles to go up and down that 7-speed transmission. And then the dash, I'm very happy to report, has the yellow tack with the prancing horse. You're gonna have 2 digital displays flanking each side. Really super clean design, really clear graphics. Makes this driving experience just so wonderful. There's nothing like this Ferrari. And I know many people are gonna say, well, I'll just go get a C8 Corvette. Nobody is cross-shopping this Ferrari F8 Tributo Spider with a C8 Corvette. This is a Ferrari. But if you're ready, I think I'm definitely ready. Let's take this F8 for a spin. All right, guys, we left Ferrari at Tampa Bay. We're in the F8 Tributo Spider. I have the Maranello switch set to sport, and we're gonna manually shift this Ferrari. 3rd gear, 2nd gear, on throttle. Ah! Oh my God. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. This thing shifts so quickly. It's like I almost forgot what the F8 Tributo Coupe was all about. This thing is rocket ship fast, 1/4 mile in 10.2 seconds. Think about that for a second. That's mind-blowing. Seating position is amazing, even with the top up, which we will put the top down, but even with the top up, there's lots of room. Minimalistic on the wind noise, not too crazy, but these seats, I love them. I want to take one home and just use it for like my my office chair or something. They are fantastic. Those carbon ceramic rotors are going to hold you in place, and this steering wheel, it's about a $5,000 option, but boy oh boy, it's worth every single penny. Carbon fiber, the shift light is great. Everywhere you look, it's fine touches. To know that this came from Maranello, all the hand work that's been done to the interior, the exterior, and definitely that engine, it's just a special car. It's just a very, very special car. All right, guys, another little on throttle. 1, 2, 3, on throttle, here we go. Wow. Oh my God. This is the type of car that moves your soul. Yeah, your body's being moved, but boy, oh boy, is your soul in for one heck of a ride. The downshifts are so purposeful. It's just like the prancing horse kicking you in the back. That flat plane crankshaft, on throttle. What a car, what a piece of machinery. Bellissimo, that's all I can say, bellissimo. All right guys, we have the top down, this is the Spider, on throttle, yeah! So smooth, the way that the boost builds in so quickly, and then watch how she handles. Unbelievable. The steering is like wired to your frontal lobe, and it's just so instantaneous. Great weight, and I'm only in sport mode. Golly. The great news is that the height of the windshield frame is directing plenty of air over our head, and it's not a lot of buffeting inside. Really clean. Of course, the visibility is awesome, and the sound of that V8, I know it's missing a little bit of that high tune because we don't have a naturally aspirated V8, but you're still getting plenty of sound. The way the paddles are mounted to the column, I always know where they're located. brake pedal feel is phenomenal. Remember, this engine won Engine of the Year 4 years in a row. On throttle. Just so smooth. So smooth, gets the power down great. You're not waiting for the boost. It's an unbelievable experience. Unbelievable. I have my towel. Clean off my eargasms and all my other body gasms. Jeez. All right, guys, here we go. On throttle, on the brakes. Are making spaghetti sauce out of tomatoes. That's how hard those calipers just grip down on those carbon ceramic rotors. What a wonderful experience. So glad to share with you. I got to get back to Ferrari in Tampa Bay because I'm sure they want their F8 Tributo Spider back. But one more time, on throttle. Wow. All right, guys, it's been one of those amazing days that I'm just so glad to share with you with this Ferrari F8 Tributo Spider. I definitely got to thank Matt, Ryan, Tony, the rest of the crew here at Ferrari at Tampa Bay for allowing Rady's Rides, allowing all of you access first to this vehicle before it's even available for sale. Think about it. Over 700 horsepower, the sound of that flat plane crankshaft, twin turbocharged V8, the drop top experience that you get, that open air experience, really shows that Ferrari does it and does it in such a unique way. And that's why no matter who you talk to, no matter where you go, Ferrari always has that weight. And this Ferrari is definitely the fastest of the Spiders that are V8 twin turbocharged powered. Any mid-engine V8, to be honest with you, when it comes in that convertible form. But if it's cars like these that you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Crown Vic. We had to wait about 10 minutes for him to stop drooling before we could start filming this Ferrari. So thankfully, Vic, we got that solved for you. And thank you for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.